Hi, Judd here. We're going to do something a little different today, something even more comedic than cooking with Judd. We're going to do car repair with Judd. I'm going to go at the Camry. I've been thinking about it for a couple of weeks. I think too much. Cars just intimidate the heck out of me. I can fix houses, buildings. I know anything that goes wrong I can take care of. Cars, you change a light bulb and suddenly the car doesn't start anymore. They just are overwhelming to me. So when I go to repair it, possibility exists that by the time I finish, I'm not going to have a working motor vehicle. So it's kind of intimidating to me, so it's taken me a while to get at it. But we're going at it today. I'm going to be referencing a video that I found on YouTube by Darren Hartford that was very good on this repair. But there's a couple of things on mine I'm going to change up from what he did. I'll be pointing those out. But the first thing is he drained the radiator to start with, and then when he undid the water bypass pipe, which is the repair we're doing, all sorts of stuff came out of that too, more radiator fluid. So I'm not going to bother draining the radiator. I'm just going to undo the bypass pipe and let that all drain. And also that bolt that I explored the other day, I know to take it off first. He didn't discover that till later in the video, so I'm ahead of him on that step. But only because I watched his video. So I recommend his video. Very good video. And he's not afraid of cars. So here we go. This is actually a concrete mixing pan, and I'm just going to stick that under there. And I think it'll go under there. It doesn't want to go under there. A little bit more. Boom. Okay. One little tidbit of information I got to add in at this point. I had the second camera for detail work, which you will see some of. But unfortunately, the spaces were so tight when I was moving it around trying to get the right view, I hit a button and it turned it off and I didn't know it. So the vast majority of the repair, which I had this close-up camera on and would have been totally awesome, is gone. So you want to go to Darren's video anyway to see how to do this, with the exception that you don't need to drain the radiator and you want to get that fourth bolt out. There's no sneaking around that. You got to do that, which doesn't come up in his video to the end. I think that about covers it. But anyways, car's fixed, I'm still alive, so enjoy the video. First I'll introduce you to the problem. In there you see these two pipes. That's called the water bypass pipe. It comes off of this, which is the thermostat, and it's leaking right here. Leaking there is a fairly common problem with this engine, this Toyota engine. It's not a big deal, and it's a fairly simple repair if you're not afraid of cars. And you see those pipes run over this way, and there's a bolt here holding them on, and then there's another bolt down in there. And I'm going to deep dive into there to see if we can get a visual on that. I hope you get to see that. Okay, and now the next one is this nut here. Oh, I'm going to need my pipe on that one. Okay. Once it's loose, we'll freehand it. Okay, now he also disconnected this connection, which I'm not going to bother with. Now, these next two are the ones that are going to open the flow of the water, but he had trouble getting at these. I happen to have this very weird extension that gets very thin, and a 1/4-inch drive 10mm, and I am just barely able to get in there. So I lucked out on this one. Okay, so you see with this special thinner extension I was able to get in here. Okay, and there's a washer and a nut. It feels like the washer is attached to the nut. You sure as heck don't want to drop that. Oh, can't get my finger on the other one. They ought to put more flat surfaces under the hood so you can set things down. There we go. Now we'll pull that pipe away and let the waters flood for us. Let's see what we got now. Come on, baby. These kind of firmly jammed in there. because there's an O-ring on the top one and then a gasket on this one. Wow. Wow, that does not want to pull out. There we go. Okay. Whew. There. That didn't leak nowhere near what I thought it was gonna. Now there. This is the O-ring. Whew, that's dirty. And the gasket is completely washed away. There's nothing left of that gasket. Wow. Fascinating. Okay, I'm gonna have to clean these surfaces. All right, there are some remains of that gasket. I mean, in the same way that there's remains of tape after you pull tape off something. Some of the gum sticks behind. I have to get a scraper and do something with that. I don't know if you can see it. It's just little remains of the gasket. See if I can get in on here. Okay, that feels pretty good. I'm actually amazed that there is nothing left of that gasket for all intents and purposes. This is my trusty green pad, 3M green pad. Oh, nice, nice. This is tricky to get to because the bolts are in the way. It's like brushing those back teeth up and down. A little awkward. I can't actually see this thing, so it's all by feel. Okay, there appears to be a little ridge around the outside of that hole. Okay, now I'm going to get this O-ring off. Oh, that's easy enough. Wow. Yeah. Even this tiny thing, I can feel the flatness in it. O-rings are interesting things. They're great seals until they go. And when they go, it's going to be disastrous. Okay, get that all cleaned up. I got the new parts up at Toyota. I had to go to the Toyota dealer. Advance Auto Part. Didn't have them. I'll also say Advance Auto Parts is the only place that anyone would look at this and tell me what was wrong. I went to a couple of repair shops and they wouldn't even look at it. They wanted me to make an appointment for a couple of weeks out just to look at it. Okay, that's good. I'm going to get a paper towel just to wipe that stuff off. Nice, it's almost new. I see the good thing that this is such an easy repair because the other side of this is tied in with the timing belt. So if you got to go to the seals on the other end, it gets very nasty. And then you got to start taking apart the engine. That's nasty stuff. Okay, that feels good. Like I said, I can't see anything. And notice how little liquid I lost. There's Darren drained his radiator and then had a ton of stuff coming out of there. Of course, I got it jacked up. Maybe that's keeping fluid from coming out. Here is the O-ring, and this is the gasket. Oh, it is hollow on one side and bulged on the other. So I don't know which way that goes. And this cost me a total of like $10 or something. And at Advanced Auto Parts, I got a little packet of this bulb grease. It's the proper thing for putting on that O-ring. So I'm going to start with the O-ring. No, we'll start with the gasket because the O-ring will get all greasy. Okay, from the feel of these openings, it feels like there's a ridge on here and a little gap on here. So I'm going to go with this to fit that suspected configuration. And that just slips on there. Okay, now our O-ring onto our nicely cleaned. There we go, beautiful, beautiful. Give me a little squeeze here. There we go. Okay, and it's pretty much like Vaseline. We used to use Vaseline on the O-rings at Burger King for the shake machine. go in easier than it came out. So that's that. Now, see if we get it back together. Ah, okay, in the hole on the bolts. Good. Oh, and wow, slipped right in. Wow, baby. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Like I'm getting away with one here. Okay, good. Top one I can get with my fingers. Start it. Make sure I'm not cross-threaded. Bottom one, I don't know, maybe with my left hand. Oh, wow. No, I can't feel if that's on the threads or not. Yep, there we go. Got it. Ha! Son of a gun. My God, I can't believe this. I hope the camera is showing this, man. I am just barely making it in there. Oh, this is where he had to use a swivel joint and all sorts of stuff. Oh, oh, I just totally lucked out having this skinny extension. Oh, all right. Woo, baby. Now back to the 12 millimeter. That just happens to be nicely lined up, which is always a good thing. Oh, okay. And now we're going to get down in there and try and get this nut back in place. It's a little tricky, I think. Let's see where it needs to go. Now I can get my hand in there. Nope, not from that side. Whoa. Oh, God. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, my God, I just missed. Okay. Oh, the camera's going to show anything. Okay. Now, so that's looking good. Now we shall fill things up. Down here we call this coolant. Up north we call it antifreeze. Whoa! Oh, I can hear it going in there. Well, that's looking good. I'm going to start this up, see what happens. Oh, antifreeze disappeared already. And no leaks down there. Isn't that a sweet thing? I think I'm good to go. So there you go. Car repair with Jug. Wow. Cool. I survived. Happy day to you.